Hey, good morning. Happy Cinco de Mayo, and Mother's Day is coming up, so have a good holiday, whatever you do, and birthday. Know that you are loved, and we'll get together soon. So thankful for our moms and my late mom. So I thought we'd start off on Genesis. Genesis 1 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Here are the heavens, and below are the earth. It's the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. No form, formless and empty is the earth. Darkness was over the surface of the deep. Darkness was over the surface of the deep. The Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. Genesis 1 2. The Spirit of God was hovering over the waters, hovering like a helicopter or hoverboards nowadays. And here's the Spirit of God hovering over the waters. Genesis 1 3. God said, "Let there be light." It's good. God said it's good. God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good. Smiley face, it's good. And he separated the light from darkness. Here's a separation, light and darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. Called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening and there was morning the first day. There's evening and morning was the first day. So I have a lot on Genesis. Genesis 1 6. And God said, "Let there be a vault between the waters to separate water from water." Let there be a vault or opening, I think, between the waters to separate water from water. A vault? What's a vault? I think of it as a bank or a hole, an area. So God made the vault and separated the water under the vault from the water above it. So God made the vault and separated the water under the vault from the water above it, and it was so. God called the vault sky, and there was evening and there was morning the second day. So God called the vault, the above area, sky, and there was the second day. And he separated the sky from the water. And God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered to one place, and let the dry ground appear." And it was so. God called the dry ground land, and the gathered water he called seas. And God saw that it was good. God saw that it was good. So he said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered to one place, and let the dried ground appear." There's dry ground and the water gathered into one place and separated and gathered into their own place. And it was so. God called the dry ground land, and the gathered water he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Genesis 1:11. Then God said, "Let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants and trees on the land that bear fruit with seeds in it, according to their various kinds." And it was so. So God said that the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants bearing seeds, seed-bearing plants, and tree that bear fruit with seed in it. So here's trees bearing fruit with seeds in it. And it was so. The land produced vegetation, and it was so. The land produced vegetation, plants bearing seed according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit with seed in it according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning the third day. So here's the vegetation on the land, plants bearing seeds, plants and trees according to their kinds, trees bearing fruits with seeds. Vegetation on the land. Genesis 1:14. And God said, "Let there be lights in the vault of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times and days and years. And let there be lights in the vault of the sky to give light on the earth." And it was so. God made two great lights, the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars. God set them in the vault of the sky to give light on the earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening and there was morning, the fourth day. God governs the daylight, separate the fourth day, separate from the darkness, and governs the night. I don't know why there are stars by the sun, but and there were signs to mark sacred times and days and years. So God made two lights, the moon and the sun, to govern the day and the night. He also made the stars, set them in the sky to give light on the earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that was good. And there was evening and morning. Genesis 1:20. God said, "Let the water teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the vault of the sky." So God saw that was good. He said, "Let the water teem with living creatures, starfish, octopus, eel, school of fish, whale, clams, dolphin, crab. Let the earth teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the vault of the sky." And maybe eagles, sparrows, seagulls. So let the birds fly, and let the water have living creatures. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the water in the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth." So God said, "Be fruitful and multiply and increase in number." There's their number increasing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. More and more animals. "Fill the water in the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth." And there was evening and there was morning, the fifth day. So be fruitful and multiply, increase in number, fill up the water, and let the birds increase. And God said, "Let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, the livestock, the creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals." And it was so. Here are the wild animals: giraffe, lion, elephant, rhinoceros, kangaroo. These are just my ideas, not in the Bible, but let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, the livestock, wild animals, livestock, cattle, sheep, donkey, goat, and all the creatures that move along the ground. Turtle, opossum, rabbit. I don't know if that's a rat or if they had rats back then. Genesis 1:26. Then God said, "Let us make mankind in our own image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." And God said, "Let us make mankind in our own image." So we say, "Let us," that means he was with somebody. We say the Trinity. Trinity isn't in the Bible, but that's the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Let us make mankind in our own image, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea. Here's the fish in the sea. Over the birds in the sky, over the livestock, over all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move on the ground. I don't know what this is. A squirrel, alligator, panda, tiger, sheep, chicken, birds, fish. So God created mankind in his own image. So we're like God. Wow. Male and female, he created them. So here's male and female. And they ruled over the fish, the birds, livestock, wild animals, and creatures on the ground. Then God said, "I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it, that they will be yours for food. I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth." I should draw earth over here. Every tree that has fruit with seed in it. I need to do little seeds in there. And they will be yours for food. God is providing for this new man and woman. And it was so. God saw all that he made, and it was very good. And there was evening and there was morning, the sixth day. Sixth. Thus the heavens and the earth were completed in their vast array. Thus, so, the heavens and the earth were completed in their vast array. Array means glory, I guess. Clothing, kind of. By the seventh day, God had finished the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day, he rested from all his work and made it holy. So there's God. Now I can rest. Now I can rest. This seventh day shall be holy. So let's stop there. And God created the heavens and the earth.